y'all, and welcome back. Thank you so much for all your sweet comments and all of your prayers for me and my back problems. I'm getting better. I'm so much better than I was yesterday, and I just feel like tomorrow is going to be even better. So thank y'all for your prayers. I truly appreciate them more than you would ever know. Back problems are not for the weak. It is rough, but just have to be smart and just kind of rest and take it easy. And Buster's taking such good care of me, and my back is letting me know, no ma'am, you're not getting up and doing anything like that today. So I'm just listening to my body. So thank y'all so much for all your prayers. If you have this little book, we're going to be reading from page 105. Let's see, does it go to 106? Yeah, 105 and 106. It's under the grouping Bring Us Together. And the topic is the package of problems. So let's get started. Oh Lord, I have so many problems, I hardly know where to start praying. Each of them seems important. Many of them seem urgent. But if I even begin praying about them one by one, it will take all morning, and I have so much work to do. I must also get busy and work for many of the people whose problems I need to pray about. So will you please forgive me and hear me if I package them up all at once and offer them to you? Please take this large, heavy, complex package and let your love shine through it. Thank you. Let your healing, cleansing love lighten the package. May it flood through these many problems through the lives of all these people, blessing them. Thank you for helping them strip from their lives the things that are causing these problems. Thank you for giving them the wisdom to resolve their difficulties. Thank you for giving them the strength. Even with your help, I don't have enough wisdom for them all, enough strength, enough time. Right now, not even the time to pray for them individually. So thank you for understanding. Thank you for blessing them. Wow. I feel like this is so many of us. We just have so much going on, so many things that we have to do that we're responsible for during the day, that it feels like we don't have enough time and enough strength, enough energy to pray for all the things that we need to pray about. I have so many things personally going on in my life with myself, with different family members, that honestly, I would literally be in prayer all day long, every day. And I think he understands that sometimes we do have to package up the problems and just hand it to him, because it can be very, very overwhelming. I know that it overwhelms me, especially when you have as many kids as we have, and then they're all married, and then we have the grandchildren, and then we still have our parents and just friends and just life, not to mention our own stuff that we battle and go through that we have to pray about on the daily. So it can get very, very, very overwhelming very quickly if we allow it to. But he's so good that he can take our package of problems that we package up and then we bring to him, and he can know the very intent of our hearts, how we feel about them, the things that we would pray about them, the things that we would ask. And he's so good that he can handle us giving him the package of problems. Now, do I do that every time, all the time? No, I may give him a package of my problems. And there have been times it's like, Lord, I cannot even just tell you everything that I'm feeling and what's going on. I'm just going to need you to know my heart. We can take that to him. And then through giving him the whole package, then I can, as things come to my mind about maybe a person I'm praying for, that I know a situation that needs prayer, maybe something that happens to me that it reminds me, I really need to pray about this. it's in after I've give him the package of problems and I'm going on with my daily life that he can quicken me at different times to pray a specific thing about a specific problem that I've packaged up and given to him. I believe he works like that too. I mean, there's just, sometimes it's like everything's going good and it's like, okay, there's not too many pressing things that I have to pray about. And then some days it feels like everywhere I turn, there's something I need to pray about, an issue, a circumstance, a situation that I need to pray about, that needs my immediate attention, that needs my, my prayer right then and there. And it gets overwhelming, but he's so good, y'all, that he can take that package of problems, everything that's been weighing on us, everything that we feel that we really need to pray about, and we can give it to him, and he can take that and know exactly what to do with it, know exactly what needs to happen in each situation, in each circumstance that we've given to him. And he can move and handle that package of problems. I just thank him so much for that, because life gets so busy and it gets so hectic, especially your prayer life, especially things that you need to pray about. I feel like, everyday stuff, day-to-day life, I can deal with it. It's like, yeah, I may feel overwhelmed because I've got, X, Y, Z to do, but it'll be fine. It'll get done. And if it doesn't get done today, there's always tomorrow. It's going to be there, That's one thing. I can deal with that. But when there's so many things going on that need prayer, that are out of my control, that I can't do anything about, that I have to take to God. And if it's more than, 2 or 3 things at one time, it can almost be like just so overwhelming that instead of just praying about it, I'm just like, okay, I just can't think about that right now. I don't have to do that. I can package it all up. And I can take it to him. And I can say, this is what's overwhelming me. All of this is what is weighing on me. All of this is what is consuming me. And I don't know how to handle it. And I don't know how to take care of it. But I do know that I can bring all of this mess to you, this package of problems, this chaos, this indecisiveness, the struggles, the battles. I can package it all up, God, and I can bring it to you. And you're so good. You're such a good Father, and you're such an amazing God that you can take this package that I have just packed up, maybe neatly, maybe not. Maybe I've just threw it all in a box and I didn't take the time to wrap things that are delicate. You can take it, and you can take it one by one out, just like you're unpacking a box. And you can just, okay, and you know what to do with that. Okay, here's another one. Okay, I got this too. And he can just take that package of mess that I've given him and just work it all out. That's how good he is. And he will do that for us if we just take every situation, every circumstance, every problem that we have, every decision that we don't know the answer to, be it big or small, and hand it to him and just say, if you can't say anything else but your will be done, I give this to you, Lord, your will be done. And then just trust him and have the faith that you've given it over to God and you trust his will be done in that situation. Ooh, I'm telling you, there are times that I have to do that. And then there are times that I'll be going about my day and just going through life, and he will drop into my spirit someone or something that I need to pray about. And then I will spend my time praying about that or that person. He's done that so many times. He's done that with me with my children. I will be going about my business, going about my daily routine, and he will drop one of them into my spirit, and he won't let me do anything but pray about them. I won't even know what I'm praying about, but I've seen him answer prayers because I took the time when he dropped them into my spirit. I've seen Tyler, my son-in-law, walk away from a wreck that should have killed him. And he walked away, he wasn't even sore the next day because God dropped him into my heart one day, into my spirit as I was driving home. Didn't even have Tyler on my mind. And God dropped him into my spirit. And I began to pray for God's will on Tyler's life and his hand of protection on him. And he let that boy be in a wreck. I say boy, and I don't mean it as disrespect. He's like my son, and I love him. But he let that man be in a wreck that he should have been hurt and possibly killed. But he walked away. The car was totaled. He walked away with no injuries. He wasn't even sore the next day. Tell me God don't answer prayers. I watched my daughter-in-law. God dropped her into my heart one day, and I couldn't do nothing but pray for her. And I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't know why. I didn't even know what I was praying, but I was praying God's hand of protection on her. And we had, on the way to where she has to go to work, that she would have been driving, had God not interfered and intervened and moved, she would have been driving her to work one morning in the dark, and there had been a big washout, and she would have drove right into the washout. It would have killed her. There were several that had died in that washout. But God dropped her into my heart. And because he did, and because I was obedient, and because I began to pray God's protection and will in her life, he did not let her be one of those that drove into that washout and lose their life. God did that. Same thing for Cody. Same thing for Cody. God has dropped him into my heart so many times when he's been going through things, when he's been on his different jobs where he was being mistreated and treated like the underdog and just bullied and just going through so much. And it would just break my heart. And God would just, there were days that God would just have me pray for nothing but Cody. And I've seen God move, and I see my boy living in the middle of an answered prayer. He is in a job that he loves, that was custom made for him by God. He is very well thought of in his position, from the most high ups in that company down to the boss that's directly over him, the employees that are under him. I see him living in the middle of an answered prayer because God, we didn't understand why he would go through things that he would go through. But I told him the other day, I think it was him, I might have been telling my mama, had he not, we couldn't understand why he was going through the things that he was going through and why God was allowing it. Why, Lord, why are you allowing this? We didn't understand, and I can't tell you how many days and nights that I would pray for him. But now I understand. Had he not went through all of that, had he not been on the other side, he would not have appreciated just what God has done for him today in this job that he's in. That, my friend, is what God will do for us. We can take these package of problems to him. I can package all of our kids up and say, here, God, I don't know what's going on in all of their lives, but I trust you with them. I pray your will be done. And then God can take this package and he can start unpacking it and he can drop it. Okay, Donna, this is the one. This is the one you focus on right now. This is the one you pray for right now. This is where all your attention goes right now. I got all these other ones, but this is where I need you to be praying now. He can do that. And he's done that. I can't tell you how many times he's done that. Just like our other son that's having the back problems. That day, God dropped him into my spirit. And that's when I reached out to him and told him God's going to heal him. I don't know how God's going to do it. I don't know if he's going to snap his fingers and he's going to be healed, or I don't know if he's going to send him to the exact doctors to get the right x-rays, imaging, medication. I don't know. I just know God is going to touch him, because God didn't put him on my heart and drop him into my spirit for me to pray and God not do something. He don't work that way. So I just say, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, that he was the one you picked up out of that package that I brought to you and said, here, now this is the one you pray about today. He's so good, y'all. He is so good. And I'm telling you, I thank him. I thank him for those days that he will take my package of problems that I bring to him on the daily, and he will set them down and he will start taking them out. And then he will say, okay, here, this is who you pray about today. This is what you pray about today. It don't matter that I know what's going on. All I need to do is obey, be obedient, and pray about it. And just say, God, you see and you know. I don't. But I trust you, Lord. And I ask you to put your hand of protection on them. And you take care of them, whatever the situation or circumstance arises. You take care of them. And I just pray for them. And he does, y'all. He's so good. He's so good. I just can't get enough of him. He's so good. And I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people go through day to day without God. I don't know how. I can't. I need God just to help me get up out of bed every morning. Say, okay, Lord, here we are, another day. Thank you for waking me up. Now help me get through this day with grace. He's so good. I love y'all. I truly hope this has blessed you. And I hope it lets you know we don't have to know all the fancy words to say to God. We can take all of our problems and put it in a package and hand it to him, and he will know exactly what to do with it. And he will know how to take that package of problems and move on you to show you how to pray about. Because there are some times I have problems come up in my life, circumstance, situation. I don't know how to pray about it. I don't know what to pray. I don't know anything. I'm human. And so I just have to take it to God and let him tell me and show me how to pray about it, what he wants me to pray about it. And that's okay too. That is okay. We are not to know everything. And we are not to have all the answers, because there's only one that does, and that's God. And we are nowhere ever going to be on his level. But we can go to him and trust that he hears us, he listens to us, and he moves for us, and he will show us how to pray. And he will tell us and reveal to us what he wants us to pray about a situation. He's done it, y'all. He's done it so many times for me. How would I know to be praying for Sarah? How would I know there was going to be a washout that she would have potentially died in? How was I know Tyler was going to be in a wreck that should have took his life? How was I to know all of that? I didn't. God knew. And that's why God dropped them into my life, into my heart to pray about. And that's why it is so important. I say this all the time, y'all. It is so important to have a prayer life, to have a relationship with God. So when he sees things coming, that he can drop them, the person, the situation, the circumstance into our hearts, and know that we are going to pray about it. And he will then use that prayer to move. Could he do it without us praying about it? Absolutely. But think about how much faith I have gotten from seeing some of the prayers and situations and circumstances that he's dropped into me that I've prayed about, that I've seen his hand in, that could have been differently had I not prayed about it. Think of the faith that's built up in me. Think of that. Think of the faith that we get from that when he does allow that to happen. I'm telling you, it's always something with God, and I love it. And I just encourage you to have a prayer life, to have a relationship with him, and then know when you take your package of problems to him that it's okay that you didn't just hand them one by one, that you just boxed it all up and you handed it to him, and know he's got this. He's got this. He's got you. That's so encouraging. I love y'all, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.